Hi, this is Rajeshwari. Welcome back to our session on the course of Grid and Cloud Computing. Today our session is based on a new concept called as detailed view of OGSA and OGSA. So in the last class, in the last video, we learned about the practical view. Means how you are going to get the service. What are the supporting layers in terms of physical, logical, web services, infrastructure, OGS architecture along with the application. Okay, so this is practical view, means without those layers we can't get the service. But here, after framing those layers, how your service is going to be moving from our client to provider or service request to service provider. So it is a theme of this concept. It's a very small topic, I can say it's a very easy topic. If you are able to recall about the client server architecture along with the proxy server, then it's a very easy topic for us today. We know about the client server architecture. The client is the one which make a request to the service, to the server. Based upon the availability of the service in a distributed manner, the server will provide the service to us. And what is a proxy? The proxy is the one which illustrates us that we are going to connect to the web services, websites, okay, and it will act as a firewall, means it is going to give a good management to us so that we are not caught by any unwanted services. Okay, I can say it is a filter mechanism. Okay, filter mechanism. So with this, we are going to provide. We are going to get the good service from our grid servicer. So what is the detailed view of OGSA and OGSA we are going to deal? Okay, so which contain grid technologies with web services. It is going to provide the service instance, means at any point of time it is going to provide a service to us, which is expressed in terms of conventions, interfaces, extensions, behavior. Nothing but. So what are the actions we can do, what are the conventions we have, what are the behaviors we have to follow. Okay, so for the lifetime management, discovery and notification. Okay, so this is going to manage all the data, right? So OGSA, which is a very important layer in our total OGSA architecture, which is a part of web services, is going to provide these services to us. Okay, provide stateful web services, extension, any asynchronous notification if there is any problem. Not all synchronous, offline also we will get the notification. References to instance of services, how to get the at particular service at particular instance, those references you are going to maintain here. Okay, collection of service instances, and finally the management in terms of XML schema. Okay, ma. So what the OGSA will do? It will give, I repeat, it give the service instances whatever they have to provide service to us. Next, it is a base for common interfaces. All the interfaces are going to act via OGSA only. Okay, if you remember in the last video we learned about life cycle in terms of factory method, security method. So all these interfaces are going to deal by OGSA itself. Okay, next, finally, additional interfaces also we have which behaves associated with factories and service groups. What are the main issues here we have to use is, see, for example, I want to make a request to the service provider. What I have to do? First, I have to log in. I have to log in to my system. I have to give I have to provide my credentials for my identification purpose. If I identified by the system, then they are going to give some notification to the network provider. If network is free to provide the service to us, it will make a connection to the server. If there is a resources are available requested by the client, then the server can able to accept your request, and after processing of your request, the notification will be there for completion of your service. Later we will get the service. In the midway of this, there are a lot of issues we have to handle. One is the security, one is the network connectivity, one is the interoperability, and one is the portability along with the configuration issues. So these are all happening. So all these steps are presented in a simple way. That is in terms of main issues of OGSA. First one is setting the context. Context means your requirement. For example, one type of service you want. I want to for business purpose. No, I want for private purpose. You have to set that context. So what are the resources you want? What is the time you want? How much data you want? How much money you can pay? What are the credentials you can give? So all this can be decided at setting the context. Okay, it is a relationship between the OGSA and distributed object system. Yes. So the OGSA, which is the interface for infrastructure for us, it is going to set a connection to the distributed object system so that our data is going to be moved from one system to another system using the web services, or we can say internet facility. Right? After setting the context, the next job is relationship to distributed object system. Yes, which I said just now. We have to make a connection to the distributed system, that is web services. Okay, how? For this we have two entities which are going to play a key role for us. One is a handler, one is a reference. The handler is the one which takes a new one. A new, for example, I'm in so and so X location. I want to make a move to the Y location. It will try to handle the situation. It have to try to find out whether is there any path availability or not. Okay, if that is so, whenever there is a availability of the path from X to Y, the reference will give the path location. All the available data required to make a move from X to Y. So this is the work of these two items, that is identity entities, JSH and JSR. See, based upon the port type. What is the port type, ma? Your type of service you want. You want migration, you want security, you want factory, or if you want any allocation. Okay, so these are all port types based upon client server. Now, after setting the context and after having a distributed connectivity, now it is a time to us to how to request your service to the provider. So it is a programming interfaces we want. So for this we have a web services description language which is written in XML format. Okay, so it will take care of the multiple protocol bindings. Means our system may not be the same with the service provider system. Surely there will be a deviation from this. So if that is the case, how is it going to do? Encoding styles, managing styles, etc. It will take care of everything by this client server programming interface patterns in the OGSA C. So it is going to invocate web services invocation framework which contain Java API for XML and RPC jobs. Okay, next. So this is a way, or I can say architecture by which we can able to communicate with the service provider. Here we have client application, here we have a proxy server. Without proxy server, no company is able to know which is a good network or grid or any provider. Okay, so the proxy will handle all any issues based for any security reasons or authentication or identity. If there is any problem occurred at the client side, means in terms of authentication, it will not give connectivity to the service provider. Okay, so if there is a clean sheet, or if there is no problem at all in terms of client application or interface, it will make a connectivity to the service provider. See, specific step means based upon your binding. With whom you are binding the service provider, you are going to binding. So lot of protocols are there based upon your request and service. Binding will be there. A proxy provides a client-side representation of remote service instance interface. Means it is going to notify the client information to the service provider in terms of interface. Okay, so proxy behavior specific to a particular encoding and network protocol or encapsulated in protocol specific. Of course, we know about this. The proxy is not going to activate for any service and for every application. It is going to vary. It is built by you, depends upon your service provider provision and maintenance. Okay. So after verifying the client side, one step we done is setting the context. Later we communicate with the distributed system. Now we are ready in a secure manner, that is setting client side programming. Later we have to communicate with the handler and a reference. These are the persons who are giving to path to the service provider. See, if you are able to observe this diagram, here is a client server application and here is a service reference. It is going to refer the any a possibility is there to solve our service. If there is so, automatically it will handle the request. See, handler, rescheduler, resolver, grid service. If there is any problem, the handler will take care of, it will handle the situation. Okay. So grid service handle can be thought of as a permanent network pointed to a particular grid service instance. It will handle the network services based upon the references given by JHR. Okay. The client resolves the JHS into a JSR by invoking a handler resolver grid service instance identified by some out of band mechanism. So relationship to hosting environment. After settling the context, after entering a distributed environment, and after providing the client programming environment, and finally providing the connectivity in terms of what is the handler and the resolver. Now it is a time to us, means what is the handler resolver done? It find a path to us to communicate to host. Host means server. Now it is a time to us to connect to the server. Right, it is a time to waiting by us to get the service. So OGSA does not dictate a particular service provider side implementation architecture. It is means it have to in a position to accept any type of service. Means for example, there is a compatibility problem at the client. Okay, if the server is not able to get rid of that problem from the client, how are you going to provide the service, right? So any OGSA architecture should provide any services. So there is no deviation with only one service. Okay, it have to provide any type of problem. Okay, ma. So if that is the case now, so after getting the request to the server or any container, we are going to terminate our protocol because we know what is the protocol means, what type of service you want. After getting that, we have to be demarshalling, means we are going to maintain the RPC, remote procedure call, doing from one form of representation to another form in terms of tunneling, right? So here it is going to decoding, routing, demarshalling to grid service implementation, so that the service provider is going to provide service to us. Okay, ma. Finally, grid service. Now it is the time by the grid service actually to enter into the scene and give service to us. Okay, so the purpose of OGSA document is to specify interfaces and behaviors. Interfaces means different languages, libraries, so that any type of service have to give service by the have to satisfy by the provider without any intervention to the customer or client, I can say. Right, ma? So this is about and finally service description and service instance. After that we will get the data about the service description, service instance, at what particular instance you want to get the data and what is the description of your service. It is going to maintain by the OGSA in terms of the documentation. From there the provider will collect and it will notify the same in terms of communication and will give the service. Okay, final XML element lifetime declaration properties. So what are the properties you have to set for the the presentation, the visualization, the security one, all this can be have to handle and store at the permanent place. Okay, so the 3 lifetime declaration properties are good from. I am going to start from here. I am going to use the service until, okay, and your services will be available till. These are the 3 things. See, I repeat. So we can start the service. Declares a time from which the content of the element is said to be valid. Means you can start the service until and available until that service is available. So these are the 3 lifetime declaration properties based upon your requirement and the amount you are going to pay to any cloud. Okay, so this is about detailed view of OGSA or OGSA. Okay, so in the next session we will learn about data intensive grid service models. Till then, have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe.